Welcome back to another episode of Shot in the Dark Garage. Today I'm going to make my neighbors all think I'm fucking nuts by recording outside for once. The transmission went out in my 95 GMC in the Sierra. So, it is being grounded for now. So I bought a 1981 Chevy Scottsdale C20. I was told when I bought this that it had a fuel delivery issue. Hasn't been on the road in a couple years. I think 2023 is the last date on the tag. Yeah. Long bed, 3/4 ton, 2-wheel drive. Obviously it's a C20, not a K20. Well, getting it up on the trailer, I was told it had a fuel delivery issue. And I'm not sure how true that is. Good old Chevy. Well, somebody had been working on it once before already, trying to figure out what the fueling issue was. And I think they were just not stupid, but probably inexperienced. They put an Edelbrock carburetor on it. It's got a newer battery. Well, new to when the truck was last on the road. They undid the fuel pump down here and routed it to a bottle, trying to figure out why it wasn't getting fuel up to the engine. Yeah, it wouldn't. When I got it on the trailer, on my buddy's trailer, I decided to climb underneath it and knock on the tanks. Both tanks sounded empty. So the first things I'm going to do to this is I'm going to put a little bit of 2-stroke gas down the carburetor because it's not been turned over in a couple of years. Help lubricate that top end. And I'm going to hook my jumpers up to it because the battery's obviously dead, and see if it lights. But somebody changed the alternator, the fuel pump's newer, the battery is newer, the carburetor's not brand new, but newer. The distributor's newer, it's got an HEI setup on it. It's had a full tune-up. The oil is crystal clear, doesn't look like it's ever been run, so that means it's got a fresh oil change on it. The transmission fluid, it's not the best, but it's full and it'll do the trick for if I can get it to light off and see if I've got any gears. And I bought this thing for dirt cheap, 500 bucks. They're still out there. Go find yourself a shit box. They're worth it. What I discovered down here in the floorboard, I got a free ratchet, free gas can, but the starter's been changed as well. The several quarts of oil sitting here on the floorboard are mildly concerning. They're different weights too. I've got 4 of the 10W30 and 1 of the 5W30. It's not even the type of oil I like to use. I religiously use Royal Purple, but oh well. Can't argue it too much. It was one of the old spark plug wires, and as you can see, it's seen better days. I've not looked behind the seat, so yeah, there's nothing back there. It was sitting in a carport, so it's got a little bit of trash caught in it. And the biggest cosmetic issues is right here along the tailgate. But I'm gonna get my gas can out, dump a little bit of gas in the carburetor with some 2-stroke oil to help lubricate that top end, and hook my jumpers up to it and see if I can get it to fire off, because then I'll know for sure if there's any, or I'll get an idea of if there's any other problems with the truck. She told me, the lady that I bought it from, that the brakes felt a little soft. The way she was describing what it was doing sounds like there's just a little bit of air in the lines. I can check that and get those bled up as well. Another little joke, or something that I thought was funny, was there is a bottle sitting down there on the frame, which means that is not the first bottle that they tried that with. It's got one of those junk plastic fuel filters that love to leak. It's got a good wrench 350 in it. I'll have to crawl up underneath it and look, but I believe it also has a turbo 400. It is sadly an automatic, but work with what you got. It was cheap, it was pretty, I wanted it. And this one is, the body on it's definitely straight enough to be worth saving. All the rust is surface rust. It's got a nice little organ patina. It's not as good as like a desert patina, but I like it. It's cute. So I'm gonna get my 2-stroke gas can and my jumper cables and see if it'll start. All right, so I've got the jumpers hooked up. Good old side post battery. Hate them with a passion, but it's a Chevy thing. Luckily, the GMC still runs enough to use the quick disconnect jumper setup, so I can still use it like it's a jumper box until I get a new transmission for it. So now I'm gonna see if I've got that battery tightened down enough to do anything. The wipers are apparently on. I do indeed. But this fuel gauge right here, she said it had gas in it when it died on her, and it looks like a Chevy fuel gauge struck again. And took another victim. So I'm gonna let the GMC sit here and charge her for a little bit. That shuts nice for a Chevy door, for a square body. Don't have to slam it. That's a rarity for these trucks. I'm gonna let it sit here and charge up for a bit while I finish my cancer stick. And then I'll check it again, dump some 2-stroke down the carburetor and see if it lights. So I've had the jumpers running on it for a while. I got some 2-stroke in a bottle right here, my go-to when it's been sitting for a while. I'm going to dump way too much in this carburetor. It should be way too much. Then I'm going to walk around and see if this thing will fire up. So it should be interesting. Well, that was definitely a thing. Well, I guess I need to dump more gas in it. One thing's for sure, it smoked out the block. That's either a good sign or a bad sign. So here we go. Here goes nothing. Because hopefully it's just doing that because it's cold. But we'll find out. I'm going to be not so happy if it needs an engine. So here goes nothing. That actually wasn't bad. Nice and quiet. Smoking up the block as, I don't know how well that shows. It's blowing exhaust straight under the GMC. Almost making it look like a GMC starting a fire. Because the exhaust is pointed right at it. So, that's, yeah, the filter's not getting anything through it, so, yeah, she's empty. I think that's all that's wrong with it. So, a little bit more. And try that again. And way too much again, because that's how we roll. Come on. Yeah, I think she's just out of gas. She needs to sit there and run, and that's why she's smoking. I think, but I could be wrong. I am known for being an idiot. But yet again, checking the filter, nothing in it. So that should have started bringing something up, and it didn't. So I need to find some non-two-stroke gas and feed her some of that. Maybe tighten these battery terminals down a little bit better, because I don't think they're getting proper connection. So, and I am going to replumb these fuel lines before I put gas in it and get ready to start it, so I can make sure that fuel pump's good. And I'm short, so I'm gonna try to find a place to prop up this camera where y'all can see it. Okay, so with luck, you guys should be able to see it right there. Well, that is definitely one way to plug it. Okay, now So it's not that fuel line. Okay. Throw that out where I can add it to my toolbox later. And why they had the vapor recovery line hooked up. So I don't know what was going on there. I don't know what they thought they were going to catch. There we go. One thing's for sure, these fuel lines are not fat guy friendly. That's one reason I love my Milwaukee set. Yeah, if you're taking the fuel pump off or trying to diagnose an issue, capping the return line isn't going to do much for you other than catch what's in the fuel pump somewhat. Once you disconnect the line from the truck side. So, whoever was in this truck last, I don't think they knew too much what they were doing. those lines could probably use being changed anyways, so I'm not gonna stress too much on making them too permanent. But that should about do it for that. So now I'll get out, hook the jumpers back up, and go from there. Oh, fresh oil change. See the filter. I don't see any holes in the tanks. The stock exhaust is still in place. Just got a little bit of an oil leak, but it's an old Chevy. I expect no less. Just have to remember to keep an eye on it, but the GMC's the same way. Alright, I am finally back from the gas station. I stopped by DMV as well just to handle some title stuff. I'm going to dump some clean gas down the carburetor, and hopefully she sits there and idles. We'll find out. Because if she starts and takes off, gonna get a good look at if that fuel system's working. Let's see. Climb on in. And she's idling. And it's pumping fuel. She's running completely on her own. I dumped about two and a half gallons in between, into each tank, because I'm not sure which tank it's running on. And I guess now I'm going to see if she's got gears. So, yeah. Brakes on. There's reverse. Neutral. She's got gears. Second. First. I think she needs some tuning on the carburetor. Back into reverse and park. Alright. So she's running pretty rough. She might need some tuning. But it's pumping fuel and running on its own power. I'm not seeing any leaks under the truck. Walk around, shut the GMC off so we can really hear her while she sits here and idles. She sounds pretty good. Like she's starving, but yeah, she needs some tuning, but that's all that was wrong with her. She was out of gas and had a dead battery. So I guess here in a little bit I'm gonna dump some more gas in her and take her for her first drive, I guess. Yeah, less eventful than I thought it would be with this old thing, how long it's at. Well, it's time to take the square body for its first test drive. Chevy gauge. Let's see, got reverse, neutral, and drive. And we're rolling. Touchy, so I don't think there's air in them. I think they're adjusted wrong. Let's see. Neighbor boy's riding his scooter. Let's try not to hit him. Swing her back into the driveway. A short drive, but a good one. Okay, so the fuel mixture is weird, the idle is weird. How well does she back up? Oh, she backs up good. Yeah, I like this truck. It is a good old truck. Sputtering a little bit, just a little bit of smoke coming out, but that's clearing up. I think that's just from it sitting for 3 years. Let's see, do we have lights? I can already tell both headlights are on. One tail light, two tail lights, and both headlights. We need a marker up here, and that probably means the blinker's gone too, but we'll get to that. It's a good old truck. I think this truck's gonna be a good one. It's as Vice Grip Garage would say, gonna be a nice going to town rig. Right, so the square body's been sitting for a couple hours, and I am morbidly curious about how easy it's gonna fire up cold. So that's the ignition. There we go, there's the door key. If I can... wrong hole. There we go. Very curious, because this will tell me how good of a job I did on tuning that carburetor. I don't know why those wipers kick on every single time I turn the key. Oh, that's great. That started pretty good. Yeah, I like this truck. It's a good truck. So moral of the story, go find yourself a cheap truck. If you think you're having trouble finding a good project truck, you want to get into it, they're out there. Just go find one, make people offers. You never know, some people will take the low offers if you can't afford a high-end truck. And I bought this thing for next to nothing, and it took almost nothing to get it running. So go get yourself that project. Don't let the lack of posts scare you. Not everybody posts their cars. This truck wasn't posted for sale. So they're out there. Just go find one. They exist. So thanks for watching.